Hi, I'm Rex Sikes, and welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune, the Rex Sikes Show, all things Rex. And this is episode number 1. It's altitude, not attitude. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my guests in just a moment. But first, let me say, welcome to the show. No frills, real and raw right now. At some point, the powers that be will have music and a bumper to begin the show. And there'll be a background behind me, and it'll all look official. But we're going straight at it today with two very impressive people. And we're going to meet, and as I said, I'll tell you about them in just a moment, but we're going to be meeting each week at the Los Angeles Tribune at this same time live. And I'm just thrilled that you're here. And I'm thrilled to be here with the Los Angeles Tribune and my very own show on the Los Angeles Tribune. So let me tell you a little bit about the guests that I have today. Remember, it's Altitude, Not Attitude. It's a upcoming documentary movie that is going to drop on June 8th. And Maggie Avila, I'm sorry, I'm massacring your name right out of the bat, is emerging as a power multi-hyphenate voice from and for the Hispanic community. Her most recent TV series is streaming on Amazon Prime is My American Family, and it's featuring actor, producer, and entrepreneur Danny Trejo. This series was nominated for a 2021 Cannes World Film Festival Web Series TV Award. And Maggie began her successful career in Mexican films and television, TV news, theater, and opera performances. And since coming to Hollywood, she's appeared in noticeable projects with Bruce Willis and Hayden Christensen, in First Dog and Dog Eat Dog with Nicolas Cage and Willem Dafoe, and A Better Life with Demian Birchler, I can't say his name, and Joaquin Cosio, and in the TV series Training Day with the late Bill Paxton. So we're going to be meeting Maggie in just a moment, and I want to tell you about Michael. Michael Workson, imagine the nicest, liveliest, most gregarious, self-made entrepreneur you could ever hope to meet. This is a Southern Californian born and bred financial advisor, Michael Workson, who at the age of 23 suffered an accident, and we're going to talk about that left him as the quadriplegic. And Michael has since then traveled to over 26 countries in a wheelchair. And now this isn't easy. Michael must plan for his unique needs at every stop, transportation, and hotel rooms that are accessible, and roll-in showers, accessible toilets and beds that are high enough to transfer onto. So he needs all sorts of different kinds of equipment for his humanitarian efforts traveling the globe. And we're going to talk to him about those in just a moment. So if you'd help me welcome both Michael, seated there on the left, and Maggie, seated there on the right, obviously. Welcome to the show and all things Rex.
Yeah.
And I'm so thrilled to have you here. The show, as you and I were talking about moments ago, is to be inspirational, meaning I will have a variety of thought leaders and people whose stories are both inspirational and motivational and entertaining, because I've worked in the film business, so we have directors and producers and actors and authors and different kinds of people each week. You are my first guest, and you both fill both criterion. You have directed and produced, respectively, Maggie and Michael, this documentary, Altitude, Not Attitude, about Michael's journey. So let's begin, Michael. Can you tell us what happened to you first?
Well, when I was just about 23, I was out in a shopping mall with a girlfriend of mine, and we were going from the third story to the second story. I stepped on the escalator in front of her, turned around to talk to her, leaned against the handrail. I'm 6'5",
Wow.
lost my balance and fell over the side, fell down 3 stories and landed on the back of my neck, broke the 5th vertebrae. As a result, I'm a quadriplegic, which means I have arm movement but no hand function. And I'm basically completely paralyzed. Now, I tell people it was a bad day. I seem to have made the most of the rest of them, though. And that's kind of what really the mission in this project was for me, was to share how to get up and how to get out of it, and how not to have the attitude. And I figured no better way to do it than to take you all on a trip with me.
That is absolutely fascinating. I do want to get to how you and Maggie met to team up and make this documentary story about your journey. And before we do, and I apologize, Maggie, but you talk about it in the documentary. But can you share here just a little bit? You come to, and you're now paralyzed. I mean, you're injured. You go through being in the hospital, and all the dark moments. How did you transform from someone where it appeared everything was lost to who you are today, where you're not only have helped yourself and transform your own ability to do things. I mean, you're now out and doing things for other people, and you're an entrepreneur.
Well, I learned pretty early on the best way to get over yourself is to give yourself away.
Wow.
And I've turned that into kind of a mission. My mother told me early on, she said, Michael, when life handed you lemons, you created a franchise. And I just really do. I've made it a mission to make everybody's lives better. Anyone I've touched and have been around, I've made an effort to make their lives better. And, as a result, it's made my life better too. And it's kind of my motivation.
Well, that's just so, it is inspiring, and it's so poignant. I mean, for so many people who suffer so much less than what you've gone through, I mean, they get up, they have a hangnail, and it's a horrible day.
Yeah.
And you faced, some tremendous challenges, and then decided, I'm not going to let this rule my life. I'm going to rule my life, and I'm going to give myself away and help other people. And you've been doing that ever since. I mean, it's truly, truly amazing, and truly an inspiration for everyone.
Thank you. One of my methods is not adding it up. I never give it away. I never give away my day to a problem. I figure out the problem. I figure out a goal or a way to get over the problem, step over it and keep going. This morning, can you imagine? I woke up, got in my chair, looked down. It wasn't charged. I have a whole day today.
Oh my God.
I have a red carpet event today. Maggie's depending on me. Everybody's depending on me. I can't go a half a block in my chair. So I had to go to my backup charger. It was broken. Luckily, I had a third charger, and I sat still plugged into a charger for 3.5 hours this morning. It's just another day, but I didn't give up the whole day. So
I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah, I'm just like her. You got to laugh at the issues.
I just can't imagine you there.
Oh, yeah. You know what I did is I took a nap. I just took a nap. But, there's issues like this that happen all the time. You'll see them in the movie. I flew to Rome on one trip, right. And we landed, and the guy comes up from the tarmac and says, "Sir, was your tire broken when you brought the chair?" And I immediately had to jump on the phone, call Los Angeles, find out when the next flight was. It's all in the movie, but it's just it's my life, and I don't see them as devastating. I see them as puzzles, and I see them as joys when I'm past them. So one of my motives or one of my mottos in my head is, I wonder how this is going to turn out. And it's served me well.
Well, it sounds like it certainly has. And when you say altitude, not attitude, I assume you mean not a bad attitude, because you have an incredibly good, positive attitude here.
That's what I hear. Yeah. But, it's up to me, and it's up to you, and it's up to everyone else around us to carry ourselves in the light that we want to be seen, and the way we want to feel. And I want to feel good. I don't know about you, but I want the best out of every day. And even on the hardest days, I can bounce out of them just by shaking it off. And if you can shake it off, you can get up and just have a great time.
Wow, that's fantastic. I want to point something out. There are people leaving comments while we've been talking, and I haven't acknowledged any of them. Cynthia and Kellen and Joe and Dr. Natalie, I mean, have been all saying wonderful things about what's going on, and I want to acknowledge that. And also encourage people, wherever you're watching, like if you're watching it on YouTube, you can hit the like buttons, you can subscribe, you can leave comments wherever you are. And if you're watching the show right now where we are, certainly you're able to leave comments and or ask questions of my guests, and I do want to point that out. This is exciting. So let me bring Maggie in, and then we'll talk a little bit about both of you, and then I have more follow-up questions. Maggie.
Hi.
Hi. It's good to meet you here today. What an event! Can you share what the event is today? I mean, it's a red carpet with you and Michael. And your documentary, the one that Michael produced and you direct, right? Or co-produce, co-direct?
Yes.
Right? It has won numerous awards at different film festivals, and the movie the documentary will drop literally on June 8th. So, and that's exciting. So can you tell us about the event today and what's going on and everything leading up to the release of the movies, when and how people can see it? Because I got to see it and I loved it. I got to say, I really did love it. I found it inspiring and motivational and, heart wrenching and there, but by the grace of God, go I kind of thing. So Michael and Maggie, what you have brought to the screen in terms of Michael's story is truly a wonderful, beautiful journey that I hope everybody gets a chance to see, and I hope that it touches their lives the way you hope that it touches their lives, and that they understand that, if Michael can endure this and come out with this kind of an amazing attitude and a zest for life, that anyone going through any difficulty could do the same. So please go ahead.
So much, Rex. Thank you so much for having us. So we're having our red carpet premiere today. We're having members of the media, a bunch of friends, celebrities, actors, talent in front and behind the camera, an amazingly beautiful team that I'm so grateful for. And we're going to have a screening, the world premiere, and we're going to have a Q&A, and it's going to be moderated by Mr. Brett King, the Vice President of Programming, Diversity, and Inclusion at Sony Entertainment Pictures. And then we encourage people to go ahead and pre-order the film right now from Apple TV and iTunes. And the most beautiful thing is that we are going to be able, thank you, Michael, for agreeing to do that. He's amazing. To donate the proceeds of the pre-sales to charities such the Dana and Christopher Reeves Foundation, Creative Steps Foundation. What are the other ones? We have 4 or 5 so far.
Easter Seals.
Oh, Easter
Seals.
Yes, Easter Seals Disability. Right, Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge and Will to Walk. So it's so beautiful. This project keeps on giving and giving, and the more I push, the more it brings. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey and experience. Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful, Maggie. I want to let the viewers know that, and I'm going to ask you the question, but we're going to put all of the links and everything in the description beneath this, and there's a replay that will be available. So while we're streaming live now, people will be able to watch it at any time. So viewers, if you'd like to share it with your friends and your family or anyone, or post it anywhere, you can do that. And then all of the links that Maggie's going to tell you about in just a moment are going to be down in the description as well. So be sure to like, and be sure to share, and be sure to comment, and be sure to watch and pre-order. So it's Altitude, not Attitude, and the website that they can order from is Apple TV and iTunes.
Correct.
And
do we have a link on
yes,
our
can
website?
you check the link?
It's
or
here
email?
now.
Oh, he has it.
Stuff I sent to him, but I'll resend it again.
And easily they can also find it on altitudenatattitude.com. and just go into the website and you click the Apple icon in there, which is huge and very easy to find.
You'll be
And
able
then-
to find a trailer there as well,
Mhm.
and a bio or a little bit of information on both of us, and a little bit more about our project.
And also, you're on Facebook, Altitude Not Attitude on Facebook. You're on Instagram, correct? You're on Twitter.
Correct.
They can
All
find
of them. Everywhere. Yes.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Same name, Altitude Not Attitude. And in every search you find Altitude Not Attitude, and then you're going to be able to find the links to the Apple.
Yeah, you'll find
pre-ordering.
photos and comments and just fun stuff too.
Oh,
Yeah, photos and videos and a lot of fun stuff. You know, we went to Paris, London, we went to Spain, we went to Italy. We visited amazingly beautiful landmarks, and through those landmarks, I was exploring Michael's Michael's mind, and we talked in the documentary about the 6 phases of recovery that everybody experiences after
Yes.
facing adversity. But you see how humorous and fun he is. So that's how the documentary is. And I am so glad that you are interviewing us. And thank you so much for your beautiful comments. I'm glad that you liked it too.
You know, I mean, I've spent 40 years helping people transform their lives, and that's just what I do. And to discover the two of you and what you're doing for people, it just warms my heart. And the people who follow me and the people who are watching the show right now, there's so many wonderful comments, you know, about what you two have done and what you're accomplishing, and the fact that you turned adversity into something beautiful and something that's helping others is, you know, it shouldn't be remarkable, but it is often remarkable because not everybody will do it. So, you know, we're all very grateful and appreciate what you've done. And I enjoyed the movie very much. And yeah, I saw those pictures of you at the Eiffel Tower and different places. And
Yeah, one of my goals in the project as well was to put images, iconic images, up on the screen, just to show people that people wait their whole lives to go on trips of a lifetime, and our life goes by pretty quick. So I've chosen to make that one of my priorities. I kind of feel myself with the world of, with as many trips of a lifetime as I can get in, and this film will give the viewers an opportunity to, who knows, go on a trip of a lifetime with me, and that was what I wanted.
Well, that's very, very, very true. And you know, the other thing is it tells people not to wait and not to let anything hold them back. I mean, when we see your challenges are like what you were talking about with the wheel being broken and how you jumped into action, said, "Hey, you know, let's hop on a plane and bring me another, you know, the wheel from the other chair." You know,
Let's take charge. Yes.
right? That's brilliant.
Yes.
So, how did you two meet to do the movie?
I'll tell that story. I was coming from this amazing photo shoot, and then the photographer said, I just met this guy and I am expecting him to be hopefully my financial advisor, because he's an amazing financial advisor who changes lives of everybody in an amazing, amazing way. And so he said, do you mind we stop for 10 minutes? I said, yes, why not? So we arrived at his beautiful condo. And then when I see him, you see his big blue eyes. He was not wearing his hat. So he had this beautiful energy. And I thought, oh my God, Mr. Clean. He totally looked like Mr. Clean.
Here, put my head up. There you go.
There you go. and he was advising him really nicely. And I thought, this guy is the real deal. He's a good person. And then he shared that he was going on this amazing trip. And so I said, someone should document your trip or make a movie about your life, because your life will inspire so many other lives and will bring courage to people that is going through adversity or simply need and want to improve their lives, take their lives to the next level. And so we negotiated back and forth. We talked about it, and then we made it happen.
We negotiated for about 3 hours. The next morning,
You fell to him for 3 hours.
The next morning, we decided to do it. We got together the next day, and we were leaving 12 days later for a almost 20-day trip to Europe.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Can you imagine how crazy it was for me to find the right crew to go with me? And I mean, people that said, wait, but I know you are an actress and you have never done a film of this magnitude, and you are jumping into a trip with someone you just met, and you want me to go with you? Because I needed to bring women with me, ladies, because we were going to share the rooms and so on. So like, wait, you just met this guy and you're going on this long trip with him? So for the filmmakers, and everybody was so busy, but it was fantastic. It was such a great experience. It was a non-sleep experience, and still I have not slept.
Oh no, she hasn't slept for 2 years.
I have not
Dedicated. I can't believe how hard she's worked on this project.
Wow.
But it'll all pay off. It's inspiring to watch how hard she's worked on this, and how much effort she's put into the tiniest details. My idea of making a film and what it takes to put together was so small compared to what this takes. And she's followed this thing from the very first day, 24/7 for, we filmed almost 2 terabytes of film on the trip.
12.
12?
12.
Holy crap. 12 terabytes of film. And then when we got back, we filmed a little more. And then she set off to editing with an editor. And she sat there with the editor.
7 editors.
7 so far.
One for 7 months.
One for 7
and
months.
And then later on. Yeah,
multiple editors. But, 4 hours sleep a night, or maybe in the morning, I don't know when. But just, sweat and tears getting it done. Tears of joy.
Yes.
But and we were done and in the can by February.
Wow.
And we're able to get this out to multiple film festivals, of which I don't know if you can see the poster, but we were featured in 16 or so 17 film festivals.
Oh.
And awarded in 2. Oh, we got best in 2.
Yes.
Wow. Anyway, it couldn't come together without Maggie's help.
That's awesome. Let me ask if the powers that be can get a single shot of you two instead of the split screen so we can see that poster. If we can do that, that would be fantastic. Yeah, there we go. Let's keep it on them for a little bit, and that way, that would be awesome. So, and there's...
You can see it on our website as well. Altitude, not attitude, if you just signed in.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That is awesome. So, people read books like The Secret, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, or The Laws of Success, or any number of books. And some of the principles are, when it feels right in your heart and your head and they feel aligned, then act quickly. And it sounds like that's exactly what you two did when you met. You were kind of like this match made in heaven. You knew it was going to happen, and you just moved forward, and the rest is history. Is that accurate?
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
history's on its way, but yeah, it definitely was. We jumped in both feet right away and hit the ground running and never stopped. We still haven't stopped. Today's another day of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been incredible.
Yeah, it keeps on moving, and it keeps on every new episode, every new thing to do about it that I have known of. I thought very, very well. Once we start getting down to the details of everything, it turns out to be a whole lot more, and it's so beautiful because it's another level of growth, another opportunity to grow and learn, and it's been really, really, really beautiful. But it's ongoing, and it seems like it feels like it's never gonna stop, and it keeps on bringing, like he said, tears of joy, and that is something that is a beautiful life. I let go of all of the ropes, my other jobs and stuff like that. My acting career, thank goodness, is still going good. I have never let go of, but many other things that I was doing to dedicate myself into this, because I just can't stop. It is just so beautiful. It's so inspiring. It's a daily reminder of how beautiful life can be. Life.
You're making me blush.
Well, that's very sweet. And Natalie Forrest, Dr. Natalie Forrest, put the website up just a moment ago. I don't know if you can see it from where you are, the altitudenotattitude.com website. And Carlos Seguera said, Maggie rocks, see you on the red carpet soon, sister. And there's some other comments there. So, continue to make comments and leave comments and like the show and all the good stuff. Michael, let me ask you this. So, Maggie, because Maggie revealed that you're a financial investor. So you not only are now producing a movie and working with Maggie, and Maggie, I want to talk to you about your film career too in just a moment, but you're a financial investor. Can you talk a little bit about what you do and how you help people with their money and their wealth, and what can you share a tip or two? No, I don't mean a investment tip, but an attitudinal tip about wealth that might come in handy for our viewers and listeners.
You want to know about Bitcoin, right? I'm kidding. I'm a financial advisor and have been for since 1998 with a company called Waddell & Reed. In July, I'll be transitioning over to a company called LPL. I manage $185 million for about 440 households. And I built it all on referral. Only recently I bought another practice with about 70 households. But the rest of the book of business is all people who know other people, who have brought other people because they feel good, they feel heard, they feel educated. And I get more I love yous in a day than anybody I know. And when I throw a party, which I love to, she might get a few more than me, but I definitely have built a group of people who really care enough to refer their friends and family, and I've been able to help a lot of people. And it's what brings me joy every day too.
But he helps people even that has very, very little money to all the way in the top. And that is the beautiful thing about Michael, that he takes care of people in an amazing way.
I noticed that in I think in the documentary and or things that I was reading that was very interesting, because there are some advisors who won't touch a client unless they have X amount of dollars to invest. But you work with basically anyone you work with, correct?
Yeah, I'm kind of full right now, but I do pick and choose a little bit lately. But I've developed a lot of people's lives, and I just kind of grab them where they are and help them start to make good decisions, better decisions. And, we don't have enough education in our system to teach people really how to handle money and how to deal with debt and how to make steps to get out of situations or get into better situations. But my typical client is someone who's about to retire. They've saved all their lives. They've been in the kind of safe structure of their 401k. You've got 12 to 15 funds you can choose from, and you really can't make that bad of a decision. And now you're facing retirement, and you've got your whole life savings in that 401k, and there's no one to help you. Well, that's my sweet spot. I'm here to help those folks make decisions and think about it. I'm also in a wheelchair. 7 out of 10 of us are going to end up in some kind of disability in their lifetimes, whether it's a broken hip or it's extreme stuff like Alzheimer's or dementia. But we're all going to end up somewhere where we can't move around. I'm already there. I know how to hire and fire nurses. I know how to work through systems. I know how to get people the care they need. And so those are the people I'm really good at serving. You've got assets. You need to protect them. You need to position them correctly. You need to kind of tone down the risky investments, because who knows when the market's going to change, and gosh, you don't have the time to recover. So let's look at what you're doing and let's get you properly allocated. And then let's look at risk and all those other things.
There's a book in you somewhere, right?
There's a few. Definitely. And I was supposed to have something written by the time we got to this point,
but he got way too busy, and I got way too busy.
Yeah, we're both real busy,
but it's getting there, right?
It'll come out eventually.
Yeah, people will love it.
I mean, it'll be a worthwhile read, that's for sure.
Yes.
Because so, like you said, so many different kinds of books you could write. That's amazing. Let me just switch a little bit, because let's talk to Maggie about your acting career and your path too, because it's part of this entire journey is through your roles in various movies and television and opera, which is amazing, and then into directing this movie. So how'd you get started?
Well, I was taught by an amazing mentor of mine when I was in junior high school. I wasn't even going to that school. I was just peeking through the window, and he said, okay, you try to sing this, because the other ladies were having trouble with it. And then a year later, I was singing that aria that they were trying to sing. It was the magic flute. But I was a teenager. I had no fears. I had no preconceptions, nor anything like that. And then we toured throughout Mexico, and it was fantastic, because he opened my mind to me, for me, and to many other students that were coming from a humble beginning, from a humble family. And so the world of art, the most precious arts in the world, it's just fantastic. And because of that, I was invited to model, and then I loved the theater, and I started doing theater, and eventually decided to take the career seriously, go to college, and I started auditioning for films, and I started a tremendous hustle of booking films and pursuing an acting career. Then I moved to the United States, and I have been very fortunate to book those amazing movies and roles with amazing talent. I have learned so much from, after reading their biographies. They're super inspirational lives. And right now we have on Amazon Prime an amazing TV show filled with great diversity, and it's with Mr. Danny Trejo, and it's on Amazon Prime, and it's called My American Family.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Everybody ought to tune in. I got to say this. I took a look at your reel.
Okay.
And the very first scene, I remember watching it when it was on TV. You inside. Well, let me put this in. You're in a scene with a good guy playing a very vile bad cop, Michael Chiklis, and it's just from The Shield, and it's just an amazing. I went, boom! I remember that scene. I remember that whole thing. And then other things. So wow, just very impressive and a great array and body of work.
Thank
what's
you.
it like to move from in front of the camera to behind the camera, especially when it's a documentary?
For a lot of actors, I feel that it is just a transitional, a consecutive and natural transition, that we read so many scripts, we read so many books, so many plays, and we watch so many movies and so many plays, and we filled our minds with so much beauty, great cinematography, that you can't help it. But whenever you're reading something, your imagination is so wild and so active that every time I was given a script, even just to audition for it, I was already directing it. I was already blocking it. I was like, Kurosawa would have done it that way instead of this way. And it's just so beautiful. And I have been wanting to direct, and I have been reading scripts and projects and learning about how to pitch and how to find all of the elements to put in place so that I could direct. But I was not planning on a documentary, because after all, it's a show business. It's a business. And everybody always told me, don't do documentaries, because you know who invests in documentaries? People that have never produced a documentary.
Me.
And then
Going me?
yeah, no,
You
no.
can invest in it on Apple TV. I'm kidding. Keep
But in
going.
this case, it's different. Yes, because I am a person who comes from a different country. I had to learn the language. I had to learn the culture. I thought that I knew English, but then people could not understand my English because the accent that I had back then way heavier than now. So as you can imagine, and so I do not take a no for an answer ever, because I am a survivor. Also, I am a go-getter as well. And so I identify myself so much with Michael when I heard him speak. When we started a conversation, as you said, you know, we were vibrating the same level. We immediately knew that we had to work together. And so when I met Michael, I thought this could be actually a very good documentary, because he was thinking about videos for YouTube and stuff like that. And I thought, TV series of traveling. And I thought, Michael, but your mind, it's so precious and it's so beautiful that it might be something different, but let's try it. Let's start shooting. But I already had in my mind the theme that is about the strength of the spirit. And so that's how it became a documentary. The more I talked with him, the more I knew this is going to be definitely a documentary, because it's going to be so much. And as I am filming, I am trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Mhm.
On okay, I knew exactly what the story was going to be, what the subject matter, but how was I going to tell it to make it into a story that was not going to be sad or scary or anything like that. But on the contrary, he is the perfect example of every human that goes through any challenge in life would be able to overcome. And so that's how it became. That's how it all happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, truly a match made in heaven, I guess. But you know, as a filmmaker, and you say, you know, reading scripts, you know, with a script, it's going to be 90 minutes, or it's going to be 2.5 hours, or it's going to be something. But you're working off of, you know, a prepared script, which is different than documenting someone's life experience, because it's ongoing. And Michael's, you know, his story's unfolding each and every day. I mean, you can still be filming for that matter, or you know, at some point you have to say, okay, we've got what we want in terms of telling this aspect of your life. I mean, that's an executive decision. I'm sure you got lots of footage that you didn't use, and then, you know, but you made this. And I want to say that everybody should go and get the movie. I really, truly, I believe that from my heart. They should see this, because the work that you've done together, the collaboration to bring Michael's story to us, and to see the transformation from, you know, a 22, 23-year-old surfer who, you know, had his whole life ahead of him, to be, you know, a quadriplegic, but then to transform your entire life and be helping people ever since, and to be able to reach around the world in that way, is something that I think you're going to want to share with your kids. You're going to want to share with your neighbors and your friends, and just about everybody, because it's a truly inspirational story, and anyone and everyone can benefit from viewing it. I mean, I do firmly believe that. So
Get
go
it.
to Apple, go to iTunes, pre-order the movie, and get it today, and then I'm not saying share that, let other people get their own, but I mean,
Yes.
I mean, after all, but do have it so that you can see this. This is an important movie.
You know, one of the things that was really important to me in the project was, you know, I've seen so many movies about people who have had tragedies, and, you know, they leave you feeling sad, and and they're dark, and they're deep, and they're, you know, it's their mission to affect you in one way or the other. It was important to me to show light and love and fun, and leave people with a feeling of hope without pushing them with a message. You know, it's the way I go through life, and Maggie was able to catch that on film. and Maggie was able to put that into the narrative of the film, and she really nailed it.
Thank you.
When-
It was easy because he is like that. He is like that. Even the other people, a lot of people that walked into I interrupted you, I'm sorry, that walked into the project, that were helping me with more cameras and stuff. They were trying to film hardship or things, or even if there was a protest or something in one of the cities, one of the many beautiful cities we visit, they would go into that and say, hey, come back over here, film the joy, because we both are all about joy, the beauty of life, right?
Yeah.
And this is the message. And so you're right, we are a match that was made through heaven, because it's been really, really wonderful. Yes. I interrupted you. Yes.
No, but that's okay. I was going to go with, I always like to hear what you're saying, but we just come off a year where, gosh, a year and a few months ago, we were all going to die. Literally locking ourselves up in the house, storing thousands of rolls of toilet paper, apparently. Water and toilet paper. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we were facing death, and every movie that's come out since was, it's either a soldier shooting somebody or a zombie eating somebody, and gosh, when Gravitas Ventures picked up the film, the lady who
Miss Megan,
hi Megan thanked us. She said, I can't tell you how much horror I have to film. I have to sit and watch. She said, you made my day. You made my week. It's nice to be filled with light. And it's nice not to be moved by a documentary to a point where you have no answer. And you shake your finger.
I was going to say that's an excellent point that you just made, because so many documentaries are to try and get you to feel something, and it's usually to feel bad or to feel bad for someone. And your documentary is quite uplifting and quite educational. It's not only inspiring in the sense that people can feel good that someone has transformed their lives and is helping others, but they can have hope that they can do the same, because they can learn just from watching you and what you say and your attitude and the things that you share and that you body, just like they are here. If people are really watching and listening and paying attention, they're getting really good, tips and suggestions and nickel drops and practices and principles to live more successfully than perhaps they may have so far. And they can, even using this show right now, episode 1 of the Rex Sikes Show, and your documentary, Altitude Not Attitude, can use these things as the launching pad to change their life. And that to me is exciting. So I'm shaking my finger because I'm not trying to point. I'm trying to say absolutely.
No, I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Absolutely. Why? I remember people suggesting, a lot of people, because as a first-time filmmaker, I am calling everybody every day. What do you advise about this? What do you advise about that? But people were trying to also advise me, not on the technical side of things, or not on the, all of those things, or business side of things. But they would ask me about the story and the theme, and they would say, hey, have you interviewed a doctor that talks about the spinal cord and this and that, an expert? And I'm like, yes, thank you. But I didn't want to do that, because that is not part of what the message of the film, what I wanted to say. To me, it's all about productivity and the beauty of life and having a healthy mind. And so I went to interview my doctor, my therapist, the lady who used to be my therapist,
Yes.
because Michael is a perfect example of also a book that she wrote that is amazing, that is about people turning themselves into a brand new person, people that changes their career, their lives. And one of the beautiful discoveries through meeting Michael is that people that have had accidents like him, or have been broken, or terribly scarred even inside, that when we don't get to see it, like in the case of Michael, they have been able to reinvent themselves. And it's one of the themes that we observed during this past Oscar Awards with the movie The Sound of Metal. I thought that was so beautiful, and I said, yes, that is exactly a message that a lot of the people from the organizations and foundations that we are collaborating with are also trying to pass, and I are also trying to teach to people who it's facing challenges, people who are facing challenges, that you have to accept the new you and make yourself into a new you, and become whole again. Find a way to make the best out of life, and this has been a really, really amazing journey because of that. Also, like you said, it helps everybody in that regard.
Well, this has been truly an amazing time. And if you were to leave our guests, because we're going to have to leave shortly, and then I'll have to wrap up the show, but if you were to leave them with anything that you wanted them to take away from the time here, what would, I mean, because you've said so many wonderful things, and I hope this is the first of many conversations, not the last of a first conversation with you guys, because truly, I'm so impressed and I'm so touched by what you did. What would you leave them with? And again, get the movie at Apple TV and iTunes. Watch the show on Amazon Prime, and
Tell everyone about it.
And what?
Please, yeah,
and
sure.
tell everyone about it.
And tell everyone to do the same and get the same. So, what in terms of a parting message, if you wanted, if all you could say was the next couple of sentences, what would you want to leave people with? And I know that's not fair. But
for me, it's find something that is bigger than yourself. Something that attach your projects to something that you truly believe, that maybe has something to do with your own soul, your own struggles, but find the light in there, and then find something that is going to affect positively a lot of people, and try to find the largest vision for everything that you do. Think about it as if it was a fountain. If it is a fountain, it has to sparkle everywhere. Splash, splash, as loud and as big as possible. And then you will find energy to not sleep ever again. Or you would just have so much joy. And when you find something that is bigger than yourself. And that is what I would like to share.
That is powerful. I'm sorry, Maya, I don't want to step on. That's just really powerful. Find something bigger than yourself. Invest in it, go for it, and find something that sparkles the very beautiful. Michael.
I use the F word all the time. Fun. I'm always asking people, are you having fun?
Yes.
I always want to have fun. We get one shot at this life. I remember the day I mentally woke up and said, you know what? I have a scar on my spinal cord, and now what? Maybe I'm not going to walk out of the hospital, but I'm going to have fun. And I'm going to figure out how to build a life that provides a service to others to change their lives for the better. And I'm going to understand what I need to continue to have fun myself. And I'm going to enjoy this life. I don't know what's up. When we die, I don't know what's going to happen. I just know I've got a finite amount of time on this planet.
You're gonna leave a legacy.
You're gonna
leave a legacy.
Oh, she's gonna make me put her in the trust. But I'm gonna have fun every day. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna live with purpose. I'm gonna understand what I'm trying to do every day. I'm gonna meditate a little bit in the morning to make sure I get the things done I need to get done. I'm gonna wake up the next day and evaluate. Every sunset I can sit in front of, I'm going to sit in front and count the people that I've helped in the day, and count the people that have changed their lives, and that I've affected in a positive way. And the next day, I'm going to try and do it better. And I'm going to just keep using that F word, because fun's what it's all about for me. Fun and serving, and just squeezing as much out of this as I can.
Wow, that is truly, truly beautiful. Both of you, truly beautiful and very. I hope people watch that again and again and again. Listen to this. Maybe print it out and put it on the mirror somewhere so that they can both your words, because it is so true. You talk about having fun and the finite amount of time, and then you talk about being better than the day before, and talking about purpose and having something larger than yourself and serving others, and you both exemplify that, and that is so very precious, and what a truly remarkable opportunity for me to help share you
Thank
with the Los Angeles Tribune audience and my audience. I mean, that is truly something that I feel really blessed about, and I live by my own motto, which is, if you consider everything a blessing, then everything is a blessing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
easy.
yes, I love that.
Yes,
It's so
Opa.
true.
So, so celebrate everything, and this is what you have been teaching us today and through your life, is to just celebrate the time that you have, and then make your moments magical and miraculous and memorable, and have fun and live your life to the fullest, regardless of anything that comes your way. I mean, that is a very powerful and a much needed message, and you're so accurate too. I hate to be pointing. I should be doing a movie point with my whole hand, not a finger.
I love it.
But
Bring the attention over here so that
You
people
should be
get the movie.
You should be in 3D is what you should be in.
there we go. The holographic. But the point, but the idea being that it is just so. We did come through COVID, where people didn't know what was going on. I mean, and they faced all this stuff, and they lived in fear, and with wacky communication from all over the place, and not knowing what was going on from moment to moment. And yet, you can find your way if you focus on what's truly important, and if you focus on fun, and if you focus on purpose, and you focus on helping each other. I mean, and the powers that be. I'm going to explain who that is in a moment, but the powers that be just put your poster up in front of everyone, and that is absolutely wonderful. Altitude, not attitude. It's available. It's dropping on June 8th, but it's available on Apple TV for pre-order, and on iTunes. And we have the star and the director of the film right here. It is Michael Workington, and Maggie Avila. Did I say your name right? Is it Avila?
It's Avila. Like
Avila.
Avila Beach, like the city of Avila in Spain.
Avila. There we go. Avila. I apologize for massacring the name, and you're a good sport about all of it. Well, it is.
Call me however you want to call me, as long as you call me, right?
Yes.
Well, and I know that you have a red carpet event that you have to go to. I also want to say thank you to someone who may be in the room, but she might have left, is Nadine Jolson, who also brought us together. And I've known Nadine for many, many years, and she's been working with you. And so I'm so grateful for this opportunity to have you here on my very first show as you prepare to drop your movie and celebrate your event tonight. So thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Very nice.
Oh,
That's great.
thank you.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to end up closing out the show. There's ways of getting in touch with you that you want to put out there? I mean, I said there's Altitude, Not Altitude is on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, so they can do that. But if somebody wanted to reach out to you, is there a particular way or format or forum that they should use?
Sure. On the website, also there is a newsletter, and there is a submit your email, and also on our social media, all of them. My social media is maggie.avila.official on Instagram, and the rest of them, all of the other platforms, is Maggie Avila. But through the Altitude, Not Attitude, we also have an email little form that they can just put in their email, and they'll receive a hello, welcome to the party.
You can also reach me at moneyadvicenow@gmail.com. moneyadvicenow@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Now you're just giving an email address to the world. You do realize.
But he said that he's not taking that many clients right now. Okay. So
okay. All right. Well, I just don't want you to hit with too much spam or anything, but that's awesome of you both. And we'll work with Nadine. We'll get all the different links and everything else. We'll put it in the description below so that future viewers of the show will have everything in one place.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael, Maggie, thank you so much. We'll be talking again sometime soon, I hope, and have a fabulous event, and peace and blessings and much love to you.
Thank you to you too, and to everyone that tuned in and everyone that is tuning in from now on. Mwah.
Watch.
All right. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to close out the show. The powers that be do what they're supposed to do. It's the first show, everybody. It's real and raw. We're doing whatever we can do. So truly beautiful. I will watch and share. Thank you, Michael, Maggie, and Rex. Says someone. There's said looking good. Have a blessed day. Checking out the website for more information. What a remarkable inaugural episode. Take life to the next level. So many wonderful statements so far. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to my guests, and then I will close the show out. I'm going to